Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to us. We are two girls and we have one pod, so you're listening to Two Girls, One Pod. I'm Yvie. I'm recording from Wurundjeri, and this is Angie. Where are you recording from today?
Wangaburra Land. I'm back on Wangaburra Land, aka the mountain. Also, a little side note about that. Yes, the other week I was in Naarm with Yvie Jones and Melbourne, and now I'm back in Wangaburra Land, aka Mount Tambourine. But don't be alarmed, people. Melbourne is still on the cards. The universe has just picked me up and has taken me elsewhere for now. But Melbourne, Naarm for 2023 is looking hot and dangerous.
This is true. And you know what? If anyone knows you, they will, if they don't know you, they're going to come to know that you move around a lot. So they're going to have to get used to it. There's going to be a lot of acknowledgements of lands that you're on during this pod and for the rest of your life. And you know what? Speaking of, this weekend, our new Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, who's so far doing a pretty good job, he's revealed a proposal to have a set of words added to the Constitution to enshrine an Indigenous voice to Parliament. What do you think about that, Angie Bernice?
I am go off, Tiny King, number one. Go off. I am so happy that he has done this, but I do also obviously have the question as it's 2022. Why has it taken so long? But we also can't think like that because we need to focus on the positive, because the more we focus on the positive, the more positive will come.
True. You know what? That's the exact first thought. Second thought were identical to yours for me. Great, fantastic. What? Why isn't this not already done?
Wild.
So, and no, we can't focus on that. We have to focus on the fact that it's going to be done. But I've already been reading into it. I can tell you what the proposed amendment is, if you want to know what it is. He just wants to add to the Constitution that there shall be a body to be called the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice. The Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice may make representations to Parliament and the executive government on matters relating to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. And lastly, the Parliament shall, subject to this Constitution, have power to make laws with respect to the composition, functions, powers and procedures of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Voice. That's it. I've been reading into it. There's already a hashtag Vote No. That the racists are trying to get up and moving already, which the non-racists, the good people of the country are already vetoing and trying to take over the hashtag to say, you know, how dumb it is. So that's good at least. But I was reading yesterday, their kind of consensus at the moment is that it's not going to get in.
So they don't want our Indigenous people, the first owners of this land, to have a voice in Parliament. That's what they're fighting about. Because because why? Because they're not white.
Yeah, and because they can start to really change things for our Indigenous people, and that really threatens some white people.
And because the country's been run so incredibly well over these last few years. I mean, God, why would we want change? That was a joke, by the way. People don't pick up on my sarcasm, just in case you thought I was being serious. I'm not.
You're dry wit.
Yeah.
I definitely picked up on it. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that this country has been run quite well because it's been serving them quite more than well, incredibly well for them. And they are truly frightened to have that any kind of preference or, you know, where they get preferential treatment taken away from them. And that may happen. And so that is truly a frightening thing for some people, especially powerful white men who, you know, are frightened of people of colour, Native people, women. You know, they don't want any of us to have voices. They don't want minorities to have voices because they love to have the control and the power over everyone. So we have to make sure that we talk about this kind of thing. This is really early days. And like I said, the articles I read yesterday were, this is not going to happen because, you know, in the Senate, that has Liberal seats in it as well, and you've got, the Pauline Hansons and all the racist kind of people like that. Everyone has to vote. Well, we do. It's going to come down to us. So, as much as we'd like to think that Australia is progressive, I think we know that we're still, we've got a long way to go, and there's still a lot of supremacists, maybe just racists in this country who would really prefer a white Australia to stay the way it is.
God, who would think that in 2022 that we would still have people that are like that, but it's so evident and clear that they're absolutely everywhere. And it's so casual that they don't even know. But the more we talk about it, I guess the more that we stand with our Indigenous people, then, that's all we can do, and we will be doing it.
Watch this space. We will do lots of updates and things, because I think it's really important that, everyone listening to us is across, themselves reading. If you have any information, just please let us know, your thoughts or your, anything that we haven't covered that you think we should in these kind of situations.
I would love, our Indigenous friends we'll use their information through us. They don't have to update us, obviously, but we do get educated by them every day, and then we can keep you updated on here too. Also, a couple of days ago, while we're on this topic, Archie Roach passed away. So we just want to do a little, obviously, rest in peace to, they call him Uncle Archie. So, I know that he was a big influence for a lot of Indigenous people. So rest in peace to Archie Roach.
Yeah, my mum loved him. Loved his music. My mum loved a lot of Indigenous music, which I was always really proud of about her. And he had a beautiful voice and message to say, and he will be sorely missed by many, many people. And there were some amazing tributes to him this week. It's always when we lose someone that we get the most beautiful things from about them that we didn't know, or that we are relearning again. That's why I've always thought, wouldn't it be nice to have like a living funeral or something?
Well, it's kind of like a birthday,
where
I guess.
People, where people celebrate you.
Yeah, it's called,
while you're there.
It's called your day of birth, but even then, that's a bit rubbish,
Yeah.
isn't it? How's this? The other day, I came across this article. And I sent it straight to Yvie Jones and the team, and the article says men are sharing the most disgusting things they do in private, and that's enough internet for today. And as I was reading it, I was like, disgusting. And then I was like, hang on, I'm disgusting. So all these ones that are about fellas, ladies, we do some pretty freaking feral things too, and I want to talk about them because it's so relatable.
Anyone that listens to this pod or has seen us in the jungle knows exactly how unladylike we are.
Yeah, and I hate that word, ladylike.
So do I.
It's so stupid.
So
it's
do
just
I.
such like a patriarchal way to be like, this is what women should and shouldn't do. And believe you me, let's get into some of them and then we'll be able to say yes, no, maybe. So there's one that says, I use wet wipes to finger my asshole after pooping to get it as clean as possible. I'm actually impressed that men do
was that a
to make
guy?
their bumhole extra clean. That was a dude.
Oh, I'm impressed as well. I thought that was a woman for sure.
I'm actually-
okay, so you're reading out the guy
I'm
ones.
not even
yes.
mad.
No, I'm not. I'm impressed.
I'm going to read some of the guy ones and then I want to get on to the gal ones. This one. I jack it in the work bathroom sometimes. Sometimes you got to jack it before you can get back to work. I don't think that that's a male one
that's
either.
true.
I think that women do it
Absolutely.
too. Like, not even women, like non-binary, trans.
People.
Like, I know for a fact that I have a friend that when they get really, really horny and they're non-binary, they jack it at work.
When I was in my early 20s, I used to have to, because I just had a build-up happen all the time. And I found certain things about certain places I worked or people I'd spoken to or things that I'd done to be, inducing of that kind of behaviour. And you need to, just take care of business sometimes to get back to work, concentrate, go and have a ciggy.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so, one time when I was traveling, I think I was in Sweden, and I was on like just this little adventure around museums and stuff. And I don't know why, but I was so horny. I don't know if it's because I was like mesmerized by the art and it turned me on or whatever. I went into the toilet and I masturbated in the toilet in a museum in Sweden. And I had to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I just had to do it. And then I walked out and I was like, hi, walking around Sweden, like, oh, God, I feel so free and so graceful.
I can't even tell you how many times I've masturbated in one of those disabled toilets because they're so much wider.
See? We all do it.
When I was younger.
Get your legs up. DJ Scribble, just like.
And I'm so glad I've never been to Japan. You know, those toilets with the whoosh.
Oh my God, we'd be in there for days. Woohoo! Imagine you wouldn't even need your hands. You could sit on the toilet. It goes up and you could rub your nipples.
Oh my God. Don't even.
Next one. So this is, okay, enjoy the smell of my farts.
Who doesn't?
I guess it's true. Everybody likes their own brand. I smell my own farts.
You
and
smell,
I sometimes
you smell
like
my
them.
farts.
You know,
and sometimes you don't like them.
Yours have they have such a smell to them. I know your farts. I could go into a room. There could be a room full of people and I would still smell Yvie Jones's fart.
You know, you're like a sniffer dog. You would, if I ever went missing, bring Angie out and just go, Angie, find her. She's been here somewhere. And you're like,
yeah, I'd be like,
no, she's not been here at all.
No.
But hang on. And just follow Angie. And I'll just keep farting for you, okay? If I get taken, I will continually fart so you can find me.
Oh, sold. I will find you quicker than I could hear you out or even see you out. I could smell you out. Smell you out.
Smoke your leader. We should play hide and sniff. We should play hide and sneak, hide and sniff, where I fart and you've got to find me following the fart.
But I wonder if you smell your farts the same way as I smell them. Like, I wonder if I smell them differently.
Way. It's like watching ourselves in the mirror or hearing our own voices. Like, everyone hears and sees and smells things completely differently to how you do. Because you're sniffing through a nose that is your own, so it's got all your bacteria in it and everything, whereas you're sniffing with that bacteria, my bacteria. So it would be completely different. And that's probably why we like our own brand. I don't know. I'm getting all science-y.
Yeah, it's like you've studied farts. You're the sort of person that probs would, to be fair.
Well, a
degree. This one is cooked. Okay, I've never heard, and no, you know, let your freak flag fly, but I've actually never heard this. Eat my disposable contacts when I'm done with them.
What? I don't know if that should be, like, they're pretty sharp. Oh, no, they're plastic. Are they like, do they break up? Because you make hard ones and soft ones. So I can't imagine that would be very good for your esophagus if something gets cut.
No. It's not gross. It's more like freaky.
It's more fetishy.
Like, what are you doing? Why? That's like, it's like that show where people have to eat plastic bags and like gravel.
My Strange Addiction. Do you remember that show? My Strange Addiction. And that woman who just eats talcum powder, and the guy who just eats plastic bags. And what about the woman who eats poop, her own poop?
Yuck.
And when they said to her, we have to take it away, we have to clean the house. Oh, she was a hoarder. That wasn't a strange addiction. But she goes, well, you just have to let me eat my own poop just one more time. And they're like, no, we have to stop you right now. And she goes, but with addicts, you always let them go out with one last bang, right? And they're like,
oh my
God. You need serious help.
Yeah, I have not. That's next level. That's got to be something that's deep rooted. Oh my God, listen to this one. My cousin and her fiance eat each other's boogers. They look at them and then offer them to each other. They don't do it privately either. Oh my God.
That's rotten. That is quite rotten. Like, yuck. That's
ew. Eat your own boogers if you have to, but don't eat each other's boogers.
That's a lot of dust and muck and grime that your body brings in, and the hairs in your nose are there for a reason, to stop that from going inside your body. So it's pretty gross to eat it at all, but to eat someone else's?
That is so
good.
fucking gross.
Although,
Wait, if you think this one...
have you ever seen a movie called Babies? It's the best movie ever. I just adore it so much. There's no dialogue at all. It's just 4 babies being filmed for a whole year. So birth to 1 year old. And my favourite is, well, one of them was the African baby. And the mum who would suck the snot out, but she'd spit it. She'd spit it out.
Yuck. Yeah, but that's your baby. It's not your partner.
No, it's not. And you're not eating it. And you're not offering it. No, that's really gross. I mean, eating your own boogers is whatever. Every child does it, and many, many adults do too. So whatever. It only goes into your guts and out your bum hole. So
don't care for it. All right. So those ones are way more cooked than what we're about to see. I reckon our ones from like women or people with wombs are way more relatable. Like our ones are like worn the same bra for several days or even weeks in a row, like guilty as charged.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
Take me to jail.
Oh my God, sniffing my undies. Like, yes.
Yes, I sniff my undies all the time, and then sometimes you accidentally get dirty ones and you sniff it and you're like.
I know. That head flip, like that head.
Yeah, you go.
Oh my God, you just. No, wrong choice. Abort situation.
Abort
throw
situation.
it away. Throw it away. And you throw them. Ooh.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
And you're like, in your own head, you've got a voice going, that's disgusting. It was fucking one of yours. It happens every time. And it was yourselves.
Yep, every time. Every time. Without a doubt.
Yeah, peeing in the shower, using old razor blades. These are all the girls' ones. I'm sorry.
Yeah, using old razor blades, that's so... I mean, some people might think that's rank because your skin's in it. Do it pretty much every week. Pick the dead skin off your lips. Yep. Yes. I don't eat it again. I put it in the bin.
Yes. I ate my own poo once.
Out of your pores.
I ate my own poo once. That's one thing I have done, and I didn't mean to do it. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll tell you what happened. I was babysitting, and I had quite long nails at the time, and... I went to the bathroom and I did my business and everything was good. Washed my hands, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, sitting down, watching TV, and I was kind of like getting the dirt from under my nails. And it was really sandy, like a sandy feel under one of them. And I was like, oh, what is that? It didn't taste weird. So I smelt it and it was poo. And I quickly, that retraction head, and I was like, oh my God, and I looked. And there was poo under my nail. Like poo had gotten under my nail and I hadn't realised when I'd been wiping. I clearly hadn't been using the Kent technique of a hand, like a massive truckload of toilet paper in my hand, which I probably should have done whenever I pooed.
You should
Anyway,
have.
I went in and washed my hands and washed my mouth out. It was gross. But I really was quite intrigued at how tasteless it was. And how it smelt like poo, but it did not taste like anything. The end.
Ew, really?
Put that in Daily Mail.
Yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Daily Mail.
Shit. I've just given them a headline, haven't I?
Yvie Jones admits to eating own shit. I mean...
Fetish.
Like I think heaps of mums have probably done it with their like baby shit by accident. You know, when you're like, I remember when I'd wipe bums, I'd accidentally wipe my face and I'd get shit all up my face, but I never had it in my mouth.
Well, you know, the amount
I don't think
parents that have had a baby boy piss into their mouths would be stratospheric. How many, take that nappy off and all of a sudden the penis is free and, got to do a wee and the wee goes in the mouth and it's just, it's sterile at least, urine. But yeah, I don't think girls are nearly as gross. Do you know what I get shamed for doing a lot? And I do it a lot. Go to bed in my makeup.
Yeah, I do that too and I leave my eye makeup on so I can look pretty for the next day.
Well, that's an old industry habit, isn't it? Like everyone that it works in TV or radio or anything like that, entertainment, where you get your makeup done, that you can't replicate that eye. And the amount of women I've spoken to that, like Fifi Box, I remember talking to her about getting your makeup done and she just lies down, like sleeps as straight as possible to keep her makeup for at least 3 days.
Keep your eyelashes on.
Yeah, we all do it.
Or I don't wash my hair if I've got a good blow. Like, for example, now I did a shoot on whenever I did that shoot last week, and I haven't washed my hair since because she's got all hair pieces in my hair, and I'm like, I'm not taking that out. And I will make it go until it's absolutely filthy because I'm like, it looks so much better even if it's a bit greasy. Put some dry shampoo in it, and then I just scratch it out if it all clumps up. Disgusting.
I used to do Studio 10 and keep my makeup on all day until dinner time and then go out for dinner because I looked so fabulous. It used to absolutely break my heart when I'd watch like Sarah and Angela Bishop taking their makeup immediately off, and I'm like, oh, what a waste, what an absolute waste, you know, but they just get it straight back on in the morning. Like I wasn't on every day.
It's like an art. Yeah, it's an art form.
I'm at that point now where I can't wait to get makeup off. I can't keep it on overnight unless I'm really tired, my own makeup. But yeah, I hate that caked on film makeup. It's like so heavy.
Yeah, you wake up with like bulk pimples. I liked this one. We smell ourselves in weird places, which we said. Does anyone else sniff their earrings when they take it out? It absolutely reeks, but I smell it every damn time. Every damn time.
Like Parmesan cheese. But doesn't it? Don't you think?
That and belly buttons kind of smell kind of similar.
Oh, yes. So
belly buttons are
I have boob sweat stink underneath. You wouldn't have that because you don't have saggy boobs. But believe me, you big boobed girls, we get very sweaty under.
It gets so sweaty.
Smell.
Yeah. Yeah. Gross. And then we also put it out to our followers. We won't say who they were, but there was some. I love that we've cultivated such a cooked group of women. Like, shout out to our queens. One of them was like, pick my nose and eat it and smell my own farts. Fine, no judgment. Yep. Sneeze into my hands and then wash it down the sink. Random, but whatever. At least you wash your hands.
I just douched my nose and put it down the sink. So,
yeah, to me that's like really... Like sneezing into your hands and then wash it down the sink. It's better than sneezing into your hands and then being like...
Or wiping it on yourself. Yeah. That would be way grosser.
Clean/itch my ears with bobby pins.
Oh, done
I sometimes use the longest nail on my hand to clean my ears.
Yes. You know how they say don't use a Q-tip because the Q-tip can break off and stay in your ear, and there's like heaps of doctors that go, oh my God, the amount of times I've had to pull out Q-tips from kids' ears or like adults' ears. There is this thing that you put in your ear to clean it out, and it pretty much, I'm going to show you a photo of this. I'm going to go and get it later. It looks like a bobby pin with a handle on it. Oh. So, and it's specifically for that.
New business idea for us. We could bring out our own brand called Angela Bernice Kent and Yvie Justice Jones. Pick your ears.
Get it in ya. Have you ever been to India? We'll get that India.
Oh, I could. That's its catchline. Have you ever been to India? No. Get that India ears.
Get that India. Yeah, in your ears.
Oh, I love that.
Lovely.
Love it. You know what? What a nice variety bucket of topics we've discussed today.
Oh, so many we have.
You're welcome.
Chanel. You're all very welcome if you're still listening.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you tapped out because that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was our Tuesday episode. We've got another episode this week. Please come back and listen to it. That's where we get a bit deeper on a Thursday, so you won't be getting so many little lols as you hopefully got today. Sometimes we have special guests on a Thursday, but this Thursday we'll be talking about something that's pretty close to my heart, and you can head to Apple Podcasts and rate and review us, please. 5 stars only, Angie.
Yeah. Do it.
You can get in touch with us directly at the podcast. What's our email address, lady?
2girls@novaentertainment.com.au or just slide into the DMs. We love a DM slide. We're here for it. And we just like to say to you all, have the day you deserve.